Hi everyone, I'm going to show you how to build a Spring Boot application which does REST calls using Camunda. And so these are the topics I'll talk about. Uh, how you can create the BPMN process. Next, if you want to add any external scripts, then if you can create a Docker container from that app, and then I'll also give you the GitHub link for creating this app, and you can do it yourself. And also I'll show you how to deploy the app in the Docker container on render.com. So first, let me show you how to create the BPM, the basic project. So to create the basic project, you have to go to start.camunda.com and use the Camunda automation platform as an initializer project, and it will so you just have to say you don't have to change anything here, just download whatever is available, and it will have Java version 17, and it will have some basic all the basic Spring application with the Camunda. And as you can see in the POM file here, it will have the following items: Spring Boot dependencies, Camunda BOM, so Camunda bill of materials will be available, starter REST, web app, Camunda engines plugin for Spin, and Spin data format all, Camunda connector core. So this Camunda connector core was added by me, and then Camunda's engine plugin Spin was already available. And then for Groovy external scripts, you have to create a Groovy all. You have to download this. You have to space this dependency from Maven. And then Spin data format was already available from the initializer project. And then Connect HTTP client and Camunda engine plugin connect were added by me. And then H2 database is already available in the initializer project, and Spring Boot starter JDBC is also available from the starter project. So in the basic application, Spring Boot application, when you open it in the IDE IntelliJ, you will have a process.bpmn file. So you can open that file using Camunda modular, and you can change it to, so the basic process would be similar to this, but I've changed the start event to a timer event, and then I'll call Camunda quiz, and then so basically what this application BPMN does is that every 2 minutes, that is 120 seconds, it calls a URL that I want it to call. So it calls using REST call get request. So it calls camundaquiz.onrender.com. So I just want to create this so that it's just because my Spring Boot application on this application gets stopped if you don't use it every 5 minutes. It takes a while to reinitialize it, about 5 minutes. So what I thought was create a app which just calls this REST this application, so that you won't have to wait for a long time every time you don't access the website. Okay, so how to create this service task? So first you have to create the service task, and if you go to the XML, so you'll have connector inputs, connector outputs. So for that you have to change the XML to like this. In the XML you have to add Camunda connector. So in the extension in the service task, you can name the so you'll have extension elements. In the extension elements you'll have connector, so you have to add Camunda connector, and then Camunda input output, and input parameter, there'll be 3 inputs that I'm adding: URL camundaquiz.onrender.com, so that's the URL that I want to call every 2 minutes. And then the input parameter is another input parameter is method called get, and also the headers. The headers will be a map. So the map is another input parameter, which is basically entry key is called accept and value is application JSON. So that's the map. And also I'm also adding a Camunda script called Groovy, which actually prints the time. So if you go here in the Groovy script, you can see that it imports the java.text.simple date format, and it prints the current time. And so current time is new date, date format equals simple format, date format. Okay, so formatted time is date format dot format current time. So it prints the current time so that I can see from the render.com console till what time it has been working, and just to see a log from the application whether it's working or not. So you have the connect. Also, you have to add the connector ID as HTTP connector, Camunda connector ID, and Camunda input output is finished. So that's the 3 input out, and there's an output parameter called is holiday. So in that you have to add a script. So that's not really, the output parameter is not name is not required. Is holiday, it does not have any value. Okay, so I have created a GitHub repository for this. It's called my username is Shanoy and last name and the name of the app is Camunda RestCaller app. So you will have all the code, including the Docker files and yeah, all the Spring Boot application, how to create the application, and the BPMN files are available. So resources, in the resources you'll have the Groovy script and the process.bpmn. So this can be used for, so you can use that to recreate this code if you require it. Next, I will show you how to build the Docker image from this. So I've created a Docker file here. So from OpenJDK, it creates, so it downloads the OpenJDK Docker image, and then creates a work directory called app, and then copies everything from the target folder. And so the target folder is created when you run mvn maven clean package. So now the target folder will be created, and so it will have so it will copy everything from that to RestCaller.jar, and it will also expose port 8080. And then once you start the container, it will run java jar RestCaller.jar. So your Camunda application will be running. So now let me build the image. Docker build NST, and then name of the image RestCaller, and directory is the current directory. So it is building the image. So the image has been built. I can see from here, from the Docker desktop, that this image has been built. So next, we'll push the image that we have created to Docker Hub. So this is my Docker image repository. So it's called RestCaller. So what I have to do first is the local image that I've created, I have to tag it. Docker tag RestCaller. RestCaller. Let's say I'll call it version 1.0. Then I can push it to Docker Hub. Once I've tagged it, I can push it to Docker Hub. Docker push. So the upload has finished to GitHub, to Docker Hub. So you can see the tag 1.0 is here. Now I can go on render.com and run this application. So I'll go to render.com and if you go to dashboard, so I'll log in with my username and I already have some apps here. So I'll create a new web service, deploy an existing image from a registry. Next. So docker.io so now I'll try to run it. Name of the service is RestCaller. Free. And then there are no variables. Now I'll create the web service. And we can see the logs. So the logs show that the application has started. And you can see the Camunda platform and Spring Boot logs are started. We have to check whether every 2 minutes the printout comes out, the log for the REST call has come out. So when you see the logs here, you can see that current time 14:38:58 was printed, and this should keep on printing every 2 minutes. So 14:40:58 I should get another printout. So that's how the app is working fine. You can find that the app is working fine. So yes, so that's how you can build a Camunda application and do some automated stuff like doing a calling a REST API, and doing a REST call using a connector. And then you can also deploy it in a Docker container on render.com for free. And so this will do your tasks in an automated manner. And if you go to the URL given, where you have deployed your container, you can go to Camunda app, welcome default login, and then you can also look at the UI for the Camunda cockpit. So here in the cockpit you can see which processes have been running. So running process instances, one process definition, deployed, and it's the RestCaller process. That is the name of the process. So this is, so you can see that it is available, and that's the most you can see here. Yeah, so that concludes this video. And you can also see again at 14:40:56 it has printed the time. So the application will hopefully keep on working. And yeah, so when I go to camundaquiz.allrender.com, it should load immediately because I've done a REST call to this in the last 2 minutes, so it should load faster. So as you can see, it's loading faster, and that's what my RESTCaller application does to keep calling this application every 2 minutes so that render.com does not switch off the app.